Before we get started with this episode, just a few tips I want to give you if you're going to be using a vinyl cutter to do something like this. Tip number one, always pay attention to the type of design you're going to be working with. This is the back of the shirt and the front. As you can see, the one on the back, the tree has a lot of details. Look at how many leaves it has. And for the front, we made a few changes. Look at how many leaves we got rid of. Always do that. Pay attention to the type of logo and do the changes that need to be made so that you don't have to deal with those little details. Remember that the logo on the front is a lot smaller than the one on the back. So that's tip number one. Tip number two, avoid putting too much information on the shirts. Look at this one here. We only have the logo, the name of the business, and the phone number. Now the magnets, that's a whole different story. The magnets are a lot bigger. We have more working area. We can add the free estimates, the services, and all the other information. But as long as the customer is open to the idea about the shirts having just the necessary information, that way you can make the logo a lot bigger and a lot easier to read. So that's tip number two. Tip number three, if you want to keep your prices affordable, plus if you want the material to last a long time, always keep it down to one color whenever possible. Especially if you're going to be using heat transfer vinyl. You want to avoid layering vinyl. Last but not least, if you're not sure about the sizes for the magnets, always try to keep them 24 by 12. Of course, I'm talking about inches. We notice this is the size that fits most vehicles. So that's the last tip for this video. Just one little favor to ask you before we get started. If you like this episode, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, turn on your notifications. Remember that we also have memberships available. Just go to the join button to see all the options available. Thank you. I'm gonna make me some coffee because we cannot work without drinking coffee. That is the very first thing I should have done. I'm gonna be using the Caesar Easy Weed vinyl, and this will be the vinyl cutter. I'm gonna use the Graphtec CE 6060. If you are looking for something more affordable, the Cameo 4 or the Cameo 4 Pro, those are much more affordable. And for the heat press, we're gonna use the 16 by 20 Hottronics from Stahls. And this is the software that we use to vector our images. Is CorelDRAW X6. I'm gonna tell you the size for every single logo. The one on the front, which is the smallest one, measures, let me change that, 2 inches instead of pixels. It should measure a little bit over 3 inches. So it's 377 by 3.17 tall. And then the one on the back, which is the biggest one, is going to measure 11.2 by 10. I already cut this one, so I'm gonna make another copy of this, and I'm just gonna send that section. I'm gonna select it, and then I'm gonna go to Application Launcher, and then I'm gonna go to Send to Cutting Master 3, which is the software that came with the vinyl cutter, totally free. And before I start cutting the vinyl, this next step is very important. Always make sure to align your vinyl, and this is how I do it. I just pull the vinyl to the front of the machine and use the alignments that the machine has, and this will give you an idea. If you pay attention to how much the vinyl moves once you send it to the back, it should give you a clear idea if you need to realign it or not. And then here we are in Cutting Master 3. I'm gonna show you how how I'm gonna add the weed boxes. I'm gonna go here to the second icon, A and B icon, then show weed border, and then the padding. I'm gonna add a little bit, not too much. I'm gonna reduce it because I added way too much. I don't want to waste too much material. And then from there, I'm gonna go to weed lines, and then I'm just going to do horizontal. And as you can see, we have the weed boxes now, which should make the process a little easier. And I need to make 6 copies of this, so that's why I'm leaving a little bit of room from the right. And then I'm just gonna add 6 copies. And then the settings are gonna be the same as usual. Offset 0, speed 42, acceleration 1, cut force 16. And now we can go ahead and send it. Luis is also weeding out the little ones that are going to go on the caps. These are the biggest challenge because they measure less than 3 inches. And I'm going to check the temperature and the pressure. So I'm going to leave it at 305. We're going to give it 15 seconds and firm pressure. And this is the brand of t-shirts that we're going to use. Gildan dry blend, 50% cotton, 50 polyester. And these are the caps. We got to make about 6 of them. By the way, we're going to have a link in the description of the video where you can get shirts, caps. That is an affiliate link. We will make a small commission every time you get something. Thank you for your support. Looks like we are good to go. The first thing I need to do, I'm going to press the garment for a few seconds just to get rid of the wrinkles and the moist. Just give it like 4 seconds. That should be more than enough. This is a medium size t-shirt. The logo, I'm gonna place it about 8 inches from the shoulder to the bottom. The next step, I'm going to lift the shirt and get an idea if the logo looks aligned. This is one of the advantages of using HTV or heat transfer vinyl. It has the backing, some kind of adhesive, and you can lift it like this, unlike the transfers. The transfers don't have that stickiness to it. That makes it a little bit more challenging, but you can use the heat transfer tape. I'm going to press it for the full cycle, the 15 seconds. I don't have to worry about removing the backing or the plastic cover since this is a t-shirt that has cotton and polyester. If it was 100% polyester, then I would remove that before giving the full cycle. I can probably give it just a few seconds just in case. I know probably in the camera it looks black, but it's actually green, forest green. In my opinion, this is one of the best combinations that you can make. Now I'm gonna repeat the same steps, but on the back of the shirt. And for the one on the back, I'm going to place it about 3 inches from the back of it to the highest point of the logo. I will show it to you in a second. About 3 inches, and then I already measured to the sides and it is centered. I also lifted the shirt. Now let's give it the full cycle. We're finished with the t-shirts. This is the very last one. Now the next step is we're gonna press the caps. Basically, we gotta repeat the same steps. I'm going to press the cap for a few seconds, and I'm also gonna check and make sure that I have the right platen. I have 2 different sizes. We got the small one and the bigger one, but I think this might be fine. I'm gonna just get an idea about the size of this, and yep, should be perfect. Now I'm gonna press it for a few seconds, and then I might use this little tape that we have that you can also get through our website, www.rdidecals.com, or you can also get them through the links in the description of the video. And this should be more than enough. Now I'm gonna get just like 2 pieces of this transfer tape. This is not just any kind of tape. This is specially designed for this type of projects. And I think this should be more than enough. And I also have like a small piece of Teflon sheet in case we need it. And I know that for this, the center is this little leaf, or the one that's like the highest. And I'm going to try to center it. Yeah, I think it looks good right there. There was no need for me to measure since, like I said, this is the center point. And then I'm going to press it for the full cycle. Afterwards, I'm gonna just press it for like 2 or 3 seconds. When you pre-press the cap, you get an idea if it's gonna wrinkle or not. And this one didn't wrinkle. I'm going to remove that tape, and look at that. Now I'm gonna place it back on the press and just do a few extra seconds. By the way, if you are wondering why we use this color, first of all, the darker green or the forest green, like you couldn't even see anything. There's no contrast. I also gave them a option which is closer to this color, but they told me they wanted this green. So they wanted something in between, not too dark, not too bright. So this one is just perfect, some kind of Kelly green. So we gave them the three options, and this is what they went for, in case you are wondering. And this is the end result. Thank you so much for making it this far. Remember, if you like this episode, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on your notifications. Remember that you can get your materials and equipment through our website. That is www.rdidecals.com.